Most insane booby traps used in war throughout the annals of warfare. The ingenuity and brutality of human conflict have given rise to a myriad of insidious devices designed to maim, terrorize, and disrupt enemy forces. Booby traps, in particular, stand as chilling testaments to the lengths to which combatants will go to gain an advantage on the battlefield. From simple yet deadly pitfalls to intricately disguised explosives, these traps have been employed with devastating effect across diverse theaters of war. This exploration delves into some of the most insane booby traps used in warfare, revealing the grim realities of unconventional tactics and the psychological toll they exact on those who encounter them. Number 10. Punji sticks, Vietnam War. The utilization of sharpened bamboo stakes concealed in pits exemplifies a crude yet ruthlessly effective form of warfare. Strategically positioned beneath the Earth's surface, these hidden traps lie in wait for unsuspecting victims to tread upon them. When triggered, the stakes thrust upward with lethal force, impaling the victim's feet or legs. To exacerbate the horror, these stakes are often coated with faces, introducing infection and further complicating injuries. While the intention is not outright lethality, these traps are designed to maim, inflicting agonizing wounds that incapacitate and slow down enemy forces. The psychological impact is profound, instilling fear and dread among troops, who must navigate treacherous terrain with caution and uncertainty. By employing such barbaric tactics, warfare becomes not only a physical battle, but also a psychological struggle, as soldiers confront the grim realities of mortal danger lurking beneath their feet. Number 9. Explosive rat, World War II. The utilization of dead rats as vessels for plastic explosives epitomizes the grim ingenuity of unconventional warfare tactics. These macabre devices are strategically positioned near boilers or engines, lurking amidst the clutter of wartime infrastructure. When unsuspecting individuals encounter them and attempt to dispose of or incinerate the seemingly harmless vermin, the plastic explosives concealed within detonate with devastating force. The resulting explosions wreak havoc, causing significant damage to vital machinery and infrastructure. However, beyond the physical destruction, the true impact of these insidious traps lies in their psychological warfare capabilities. By exploiting the natural revulsion and fear associated with rodents, they sow chaos and paranoia within enemy ranks. The mere presence of these booby traps instills a sense of pervasive dread, heightening tensions and eroding trust among adversaries. In this manner, dead rats filled with plastic explosives become potent instruments of psychological warfare, capable of destabilizing and demoralizing even the most hardened combatants. Number 8. Bouncing Betty, World War I. A bounding mine, a harrowing innovation in warfare, operates with a mechanism that combines surprise and devastating force. When triggered, typically by pressure or tripwire, this mine propels itself into the air before detonating at waist height. The explosion scatters lethal shrapnel in all directions, inflicting gruesome injuries and fatalities. This deadly contraption is particularly effective against infantry units, as it targets soldiers at a vulnerable height, maximizing casualties. Its design aims not only to injure, but to instill terror and chaos on the battlefield, disrupting enemy formations and morale. The bounding mine exemplifies the brutal efficiency of modern warfare, where even the slightest misstep can result in catastrophic consequences. Number 7. Exploding chocolates, World War II. Explosives disguised as chocolate bars represent a sinister twist on conventional weaponry, utilizing deception to deadly effect. These deceptive devices are meticulously crafted to resemble ordinary chocolate bars in appearance, texture, and even packaging. However, concealed within their seemingly innocuous exterior lies a lethal payload of explosives. The mechanism is ingeniously simple. The bomb detonates upon the application of force, typically when an individual attempts to break off a piece of chocolate to consume. This diabolical design ensures that anyone who unwarily interacts with the explosive is met with a sudden and devastating blast. The primary objective of these booby traps is not merely to cause casualties, but to target high-ranking officers specifically. By exploiting the allure of a familiar indulgence, these traps capitalize on the element of surprise, aiming to spread fear and paranoia among enemy leadership. The psychological impact of such attacks can be profound, sowing distrust and uncertainty within enemy ranks and disrupting command structures. This strategic use of disguised explosives underscores the ruthless and cunning nature of asymmetric warfare, where even the most mundane objects can conceal deadly threat. Number 6. Toe popper mines, Vietnam War small. Pressure-activated mines, often referred to as toe popper mines, were a tactical marvel in warfare due to their simplicity and effectiveness. These insidious devices were buried just beneath the surface, camouflaged to blend seamlessly with the terrain. When triggered by the weight of the foot, they exploded with devastating force, inflicting severe injuries to the lower extremities of unsuspecting victims. The primary intent behind their deployment was not outright lethality, but rather to incapacitate enemy soldiers, creating a logistical nightmare for their forces. The resulting foot injuries not only caused immediate pain and debilitation, but also imposed long-term challenges, requiring medical attention, evacuation, and hindering mobility. This strategic approach aimed to divert resources and manpower towards caring for the wounded, thus weakening the enemy's combat effectiveness while instilling fear and caution among their ranks. Number 5. Tree spikes, Vietnam War tree. Spikes were a deadly form of booby trap used extensively in jungle warfare. These traps consisted of sharp spikes attached to trees, strategically connected to tripwires hidden in the underbrush. When an unsuspecting soldier triggered the tripwire, the spikes would swing down with lethal force, impaling anyone in their path. The mechanism was simple but brutally effective, leveraging the dense foliage of jungle environments to conceal the danger until it was too late. The impact of these traps was significant, causing severe injuries or death to those caught by them. Their use created a constant threat in jungle terrain, forcing soldiers to move with extreme caution and slowing their advance. This tactic not only inflicted physical harm, but also induced psychological stress, as the ever-present danger of hidden spikes made every step potentially deadly. Number 4. Exploding telegraph poles. World War I exploding telegraph poles were an ingenious defensive measure used to safeguard critical communication lines. These poles were rigged with hidden explosives, designed to detonate upon tampering. The primary mechanism involved a trigger that activated the bomb when an attempt was made to cut or sabotage the telegraph wires. This setup turned an ordinary-looking pole into a lethal trap for enemy saboteurs, who would unknowingly set off the explosive while trying to disrupt communication. The impact of this booby trap was twofold. It not only inflicted immediate casualties on the sabotage squads, but also served as a potent deterrent against future attempts to damage vital communication infrastructure. By instilling fear and uncertainty among the enemy, these explosive-laden poles effectively protected essential communication lines, ensuring the uninterrupted flow of information crucial for military operations. Number 3. Improvised explosive devices, IEDs. Iraq and Afghanistan wars, improvised explosive devices, IEDs, are bombs constructed from an array of materials, often ingeniously concealed within everyday objects or stealthily buried along roadsides. These devices can be crafted from military-grade explosives, repurposed artillery shells, or even homemade chemicals, showcasing the adaptability and resourcefulness of their creators. The detonation mechanisms of IEDs are varied and versatile, ranging from remote triggers, such as cell phones or radio signals, to pressure plates that activate the bomb when stepped on or driven over. This flexibility allows for precise targeting of military convoys and foot patrols, making every step or vehicle movement fraught with danger. The impact of IEDs extends beyond their immediate physical destruction. They cause significant casualties, often resulting in severe injuries or fatalities. Furthermore, the constant threat of IEDs induces profound psychological stress among military personnel, instilling a pervasive sense of fear and uncertainty. This tactic has become a hallmark of modern asymmetric warfare, where insurgents and guerrilla fighters use IEDs to level the playing field against conventionally superior military forces, creating an environment of relentless unpredictability and danger. Number 2. Explosive decoys. World War I, explosives disguised as everyday objects, such as bottles or cans, represent a cunning and insidious form of booby trap. These devices are meticulously crafted to resemble harmless items, blending seamlessly into their surroundings and luring unsuspecting victims into a false sense of security. The mechanism of these disguised explosives is simple yet effective. They are designed to detonate when tampered with, such as when picked up, opened, or moved. This subtle but deadly activation method ensures that the explosive device only reveals its true nature at the moment of interaction, maximizing the element of surprise. The primary impact of using such booby traps is psychological, aiming to instill a pervasive sense of distrust and fear among enemy soldiers. By turning ordinary, everyday objects into potential threats, these traps erode the enemy's confidence and create an environment of constant anxiety and caution, significantly disrupting their routines and operational effectiveness. Number 1. Nail bombs. Various conflicts and nail bombs are explosive devices packed with nails and other types of shrapnel, meticulously engineered to inflict maximum harm upon detonation. When triggered, the bomb disperses its payload of nails at high velocity, creating a lethal cloud of projectiles. This mechanism ensures widespread and severe injuries, as the nails penetrate soft tissues, causing extensive damage. The strategic purpose of nail bombs is to maximize casualties, making them particularly devastating when deployed in crowded areas or against specific targets. Their horrifying effectiveness lies in their ability to turn everyday locations into deadly traps, spreading fear and chaos among civilian populations and military personnel alike. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon.